Do you know what one of the biggest agricultural commodities in the US is? It's corn. A big lump with knobs, and yes, it has the juice. Hello, Virginia Tech students. My name is Jordan Petrie. I am currently a freshman majoring in agribusiness. From 6th grade until now, I've always been involved in an agricultural organization, mainly the FFA, where I have learned about various types of crops, but more specifically, mainly corn. As I said, it is one of the biggest agricultural commodities in the US, and corn is everywhere. Not only is it the corn on the cob or popcorn, it's also in the meat we eat. Any meat has corn nowadays, and it's even in the gasoline we use to power our cars and other vehicles. So it is absolutely everywhere. The three different types of corn we're going to talk about today are sweet corn, field corn, and popcorn. These make up the most common three types. By the end of this presentation, you will know about the three most common types of corn. Let's go ahead and get into it. So the first type of corn we're going to talk about today is the most recognizable, sweet corn. So we all have seen sweet corn in the grocery store. It's the corn on the cob, the corn that comes in cans that we eat. This is the corn that we are going to be directly consuming. It's either yellow or white in color, or a mix of yellow and white, which we call bicolor. So sweet corn has a lot of sugars in it compared to the other types of corn we're going to talk about, giving it its name, sweet corn, and it tells us why we eat sweet corn mainly compared to the others, because it is the most flavorful corn that we have. So it's also made up of a lot of soft starches, which is easier to eat for us and digest. Another reason why sweet corn is a type of corn we eat mainly. So when we want to pick sweet corn, we're going to do it when the kernels are nice and tender. And we do this because we want to be able to actually bite into this ear of corn or eat the kernels. If we picked them later on, it would be way too hard to eat the corn and would not be as enjoyable. So when we see sweet corn in the store, we got to think about corn on the cob and the corn we're just eating out of a can. This is the good stuff right here. So now we can go ahead and move on to field corn. Field corn is going to mainly be yellow in color. It's made up of a lot of hard and soft starches compared to sweet corn that was mainly just soft starches. Field corn also lacks a lot of the sugars that sweet corn has, making it less ideal to eat for us, which explains why we stay more with the sweet corn and don't go on to the field corn. So we know when to pick sweet corn because the kernels will dry up and they'll get a little dent on the top, which also gives us the other name for this type of corn. Field corn is also commonly referred to as dent corn due to the dent that forms on the kernels when it dries out. So field corn is mainly going to be used to feed our livestock. That is its main use. So whether that be cows, sheep, goats, pigs, chickens, anything that's an animal these days is going to be eating corn. But it also has many other practical uses. So this is where we get our ethanol for gasoline. This is where we get our sweeteners for our Dr. Peppers, our Cokes, our Pepsis, those type of drinks. And this is where we get other substances that help make other things like cornstarch. It can be used to make bread and other baked items. That's where our field corn is used. Not just livestock, but mainly livestock. So now let's go ahead and get popping and talk about popcorn. So popcorn, when we see it, is mainly going to be orangish in color with the kernels. And we've all seen popcorn. We know that it has a hard exterior shell. But you might not know that on the inside it's a soft, starchy center. And in that soft, starchy center interior, there's trapped moisture. And so when we heat the kernels up, that moisture expands, turns into steam, and causes the popcorn to pop and turn into the delicious snack that we have today. So really the only use for popcorn is making popcorn, but its family of popcorn is also closely related to Indian corn. You can see the similarities when looking at the picture. So, popcorn actually has a use in food, while Indian corn is only used for decoration in the fall. So, in conclusion, corn is one of the biggest agricultural commodities in the United States. And corn is everywhere, whether it's corn on the cob, popcorn. It can even be in your meats, your gasoline that you use to get to work. It can be in your sodas, your cakes, your breads. Really, almost anything today has some level of corn in it. And from that, we go back to the three different types. Sweet corn, which is mainly going to be the corn that we eat right off the cob, like the corn kid in this picture. Field corn, which is going to be used to feed our animals and is going to be in the other byproducts. And popcorn, which is used to make popcorn. So next time you're in the store, I challenge you to see what items that have corn in them, and to look at the corn that's in the store and see the differences and similarities to the other corn that we talked about today. Thank you.